Okay, I'm going to make another video right now while I'm still processing this, or relaying how I was processing this. We're still in agreement. This is our world, right? This is our world, right? Now, just showing some of these larger features and how they carry on. I'll try and point some of these out to you. I haven't talked much about North America. To me, this falls in line still with this. When you look over how this comes in, there's this winding pattern where it looks like something had to bring, like electricity had to flow from here over to here. Electricity had to flow from here over to here. From here over to here. Something like this, it comes in, it comes down here, and I'm going to go down here. Now, I mentioned Michael Steinbacher in the last video. There was a couple. I haven't seen all of his work when I initially found out about this. It was just this video that all I wanted was to know somebody else saw this, to where it made me feel comforted knowing I was not crazy. I'll just say that. Now, Michael Steinbacher, when I went back and looked at some of his videos, he alerted me to a feature over here in Namibia. We're going to find it pretty easy, because this kind of points in, and it was right along the coast. Oh, yep, here we are. Yes. Alright. This is Brandberg Massif. Michael Steinbacher did a video on this. I don't know if I can show you where it was. Hope you like my sound effects. I'm making myself. Alright. Whatever. We'll find it on another one and link it in the description if I can. I'm still learning, everyone. So what Michael Steinbacher saw was a pair of Birkeland currents. He said one comes in and one comes out, the other goes in. Is what he saw over here in this pair of features. You zoom out and you can kind of see another one over here. But when you zoom out, like all this stuff is going in this direction. You have this kind of wrapping around over here, and that's where it comes out, and it's like a jet into here. But you can follow additional features. I remember seeing this and thinking it was fascinating. Here's another one of those like twisting braided filaments. So let's take a look at how this looks over here. If we can zoom in, you almost see the twisting over here too. And when I see these, I come back and I think of almost like a nebula, but solar flares too. But you can carry these features, and they actually, you go inland quite a ways. Like all this is following this way. This is coming around here, but in the same general direction as this. This is on the perpendicular, which is going to be important. This all falls in line. See, it kind of comes up here, carries up into here. Things get a little interesting around here. I think there's a lot of volcanoes somewhere around here. This is another one of those twisting effects where it comes around here and it twists up here and it pinches right here as it carries over. Some of this carries on in here and up here. This points in this direction. This comes on up and it continues. You can see it kind of continues up to here, but it also kind of back around into here. Like this is the flow. This comes back around though. This comes back around from here. And this is coming back around here. But this up here, you can see these. They're like being pinched in to this region. It almost looks like it was coming in and out of the surface of our Earth, but as it's forming these features, where it wraps around and it comes on in, and the other pair, it's like a pair here. One's going in and the other is coming out. And they're like almost like they're alternating along the way. But it comes into this remote region, this shoots in and it focuses in here. And it comes over here and it focuses in here. Like there's two distinct bands. One comes up and around and the other comes down and around. And then it's the opposite on the other side. And they come back in here. And this is where the bowl-shaped magnetic fields really made me see, like, okay, this is... I'm thinking by this time it's hard to deny that this is caused by the electromagnetic force. What that means, I didn't know at the time, but obviously, when it's something of this scale, it's pretty big. Just trying to wrap my head around it. But, so this to me is a very distinct tell, in my opinion, this right here. I'm going to talk a lot more about this. You got the Himalayas down here. This is the Tian Shan mountain range. There's another one up here. I can't remember the name. But bowl-shaped magnetic fields, this I found very interesting because you come over here. And there's one. Runs across 4 states. And then this jets up like a plasma jet. This is the Appalachian Mountain Range. And it jets up like it was formed by a flow of plasma. And it was confined by this bowl-shaped magnetic field. Is how I see this. And then you zoom out and you see all this kind of like going in line and all this going in line. And I wasn't really expecting anything in particular from the Atlantic Ocean. I just had to wonder. I had to stop and wonder how long it would really take for this rift to form if there was something going on here that enhanced this rate of spread. That was a question that I had in mind. And it's very... I mean, I don't think it was outrageous to ask it. It goes against a lot that we were taught, because we're taught this takes 200 million years to expand that distance. But that's based on the observations we make in the now, where we only observe 1 to 2 inches per year on the rate of spread. So they take that rate and they apply it to this distance. But what I had to ask when I was noticing this for the first time, can this be enhanced, this rate of spread? And that's where I had to wonder, like, really, really wonder, could this have been all one event? Or at least the primary destruction was caused in one main event, like a lot of these features might have been caused at the same time, rather than thinking something happened and then 200 million years pass and something else happens, another 500 million years passes and something else happens, and they try and stretch it out longer and longer. But the longer you put time, it doesn't explain this. It doesn't explain cohesive patterns like that when you just add time to the equation, and all they're really doing is trying to avoid having to explain something very serious. Because in my opinion, when I see this and I consider all of this taking place at once, that's very serious. But it also goes against everything I was taught in school. But it makes more sense than what I was taught in school, is the crazy part. So we have to revisit some of those things while we try and process this information. But what I really wanted to know, can this rate of spread be enhanced? Could whatever caused this, because this, to me, this shapes the continents. This doesn't just span the continents. You look over here. These patterns, they shape the continents. And I had to wonder if this was a redistribution of the landmass based upon something that happened here. Something happens here, causes effect over here, over here, over here, over here, all over. That's a pretty big event. So I needed to know, could this happen again? That's what I really set out to find, and I hope I'm on the right trail, and I hope you guys stick it out with me, and maybe we'll figure this out together. I already have my answer, but I'm trying to go back and revisit some of the steps I took to get there so you guys can see for yourself, and we can do this together. Alright, thanks everyone. Good luck.